Did you root for the Giants as a kid, Chris?
No, I didn't root for the Giants. That was my dad's team. I really wasn't a big football fan, if I'm being honest. I was all about those hoop dreams, being a tall kid from the Bronx. The Los Angeles Lakers were my squad. Don't ask me how that happened. But it wasn't until later on in high school where I came to love football, and turned out to be a pretty good decision for me.
Well, I mean, that was North Carolina, right? You moved to North Carolina in high school, and that's when you started really ascending into the Chris Canty we see here today, correct?
That's correct. The same high school that Daniel Jones went to. So
okay. All right. For the radio audience, did you inhale and then kind of
there was a slight pause.
There's a slight pause and a
yeah.
sigh. Do we see the sigh right there?
Little pregnant pause. Things didn't get off to the start that we hoped for DJ. As a former Giant and a fellow Charlotte Latin alum, I'm rooting for the guy, but I can tell you it's an uphill climb for that guy right now.
What is going on? What do you think? What is going on with him and the G-men? Chris, what do you think?
It's hard to explain, Rich. All I can say is the turnover that he threw, the pick six in the third quarter, the interception in the fourth quarter are just mistakes that a quarterback in his sixth season can't make. And at some point, DJ is going to have to live up to the contract the Giants gave him a couple of years ago. And you got to understand that this place really, really doesn't give you a lot of runway when you don't give them a lot to hold on to in the way of tangible results. So I think that's the problem that Daniel Jones is now facing. And there's a lot of show and prove. And on top of that, you've got that contract that's out there. And the New York Giants are going to be in the unenviable position because of the injury history with Daniel Jones. If things continue to trend the way that they're trending, where they're going to have to make a difficult decision.
Well, I don't know how difficult it is, right? I mean, because the contract is something that is caused them to start him this year, right? And the fact that they didn't get a quarterback in the draft, that they sat there at sixth and I guess did their evaluation of J.J. McCarthy, Penix, and Neighbors and said, let's go with the receiver and do our best to win with Daniel Jones this year, and maybe things can get, boosted, certainly with Saquon being allowed to walk down the turnpike, right? I mean, but if it doesn't work out this year, the question is how many changes would this team make, quite frankly?
Well, Rich, I think you're as loyal as your options. And the Giants didn't draft a quarterback, but it wasn't for a lack of trying. And we saw that all play out on Hard Knocks. That couldn't have felt good if you were Daniel Jones. But he's got an opportunity to show and prove. They've invested a lot in the offensive line. They've invested heavily on the defensive side of the ball, especially in their front seven. You're looking at it now and you're saying, yeah, you don't have Saquon Barkley, but we did draft a receiver in the top 10. At some point, you're going to have to be a force multiplier. You're going to have to elevate the play of those around him. And it just hasn't happened for DJ. The best season that this guy has on his resume, you're talking about 15 touchdown passes and him playing in all the regular season games. At some point, there's got to be something else at the top of the resume in order to convince Giants fans and convince the front office that he's the guy for them moving forward.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.